Okay, I'm back now with the repetition chart. This is for a weekly or monthly configuration if you want to go in and put in the marks for it. I still have the same days because I'm doing the beginning of December for 2011, but you can do any month and backtrack the different numbers that has fallen and how many times they have fallen. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this particular chart. As you see, it goes from 1 to 0. And it can be used weekly or monthly depending on if you wanted to go weekly, but I do monthly. And if I get behind, then I do a weekly chart. But you see the first section, it has a 1 at the top, then a 2 and a 3. That's particular place that these particular numbers will fall in. And I'm getting ready to explain it to you now. So on Sunday, December the 1st, it was 7:28 in Georgia. So I will go down and find the 7 because it fell in the first place. And I would make a mark on the 7. And then the 2, it fell in the second place. So I would go up and find the 2, go over to the second space, and put a tally mark in the 2 for the because it fell in the second place. And the 8, it fell in the third place, as you see right here. So I would find the third box, go all the way down until I find 8, and come across so I can find the 8. And I would place a tally mark for the 8. And then I will go again to the next number, start all over. The 8 is in the first place, so I will put a mark for the 8 in the first place. And then I would take and find the 1, it fell in the second place. So I will go up here, find the 1, find the second spot, and place a tally mark there. So the 6 fell in the third place. So I would find the 6 and go all the way over to the third space, as you see. And the 6, and I will go over and I will put a tally mark in the in that spot as well. So you continue to do this all the way down until you have all the numbers. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for you now. And then we're going to add up and see how many times which number fell in what space. And it basically shows you which way the number will actually fall, if the 3 will come first, or the 3 will come second or third, or however many spaces it is, or tally marks in that particular space. That shows you that the number, how many times that it may fall and how it's falling. So I left off at the 167. Okay, and now you go to the 2. The 2 fell in the first place, so I will mark my 2. And then I have 0 that fell in the second spot, so I will put a tally mark on the 0 in the second space, and then I will go up and find the 8, which is in the third space again. So I'll put another mark there. And then I have the 979, so 9 in the first place, 7 in the second place, and 9 in the third place. And finally I have 581, so I will find the 5 in the first place, find the 8 in the second place, and find the 1 in the third place. So now you see that I have all of them on the board, and to show you which one that actually is falling the most would be the 8. The 8 is falling in the third space, but it's falling more often than the other ones. So I would choose 8 as being my lead number and 8 as being the end number. See, it's not that many marks on the board, but because it's beginning of the week. But if you start like in the middle of the month and start at the beginning of the month, you'll have more tally marks by the time you get to the middle of the month. But this is just another way of showing you how you can keep up with the numbers and how they're falling and what it's actually due. So now that if you're looking at the chart, you see that 3 and 4 again hasn't been played. So those are the due numbers for this particular week in Georgia. So the 3 and the 4 is actually hasn't been played at all. And the least one that has been played as well is the 6 and the 0. So I would think that the 3, the 4, and the 6 and the 0 may be coming out soon. It depends on the circumstances on which way they will fall. But for me, I would play 3, 4, 0 or 3, 4, 6. Those numbers that are missing, and then I would go turn around and play the numbers that has the most tally marks, and that is the 8 as well as the 7. So I would go to the ones that has the 2 tally marks in it. So that would be the 8, the 7, the 9, and the 2 and the 1. And then I would do a combination of numbers out of those that actually have the most tally marks, and try to think of different combination of numbers that may have fall and what is due for this particular month and what is hot for this month. So hopefully this helps you as well again, and I'll be bringing you another video shortly.